Okay, first off, let's talk about a few different options of printing. Excuse me. So first off, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to just open a document up. Let's have a quick look, see what we've got going on here. Let's go to my desktop and there's my course documents. Okay, so I've got a file already in here called Coke. So I'm going to open that because I just want to show you what we've got. So this here is basically a vector-based drawing. Now, if I just go to import an image, if I go File and then Import on the left-hand side menu there, let's go back to the desktop, let's go back to the course documents, let's open up this Coca-Cola logo. I just want to show you the difference between the two. I just did that, I just pressed the wrong thing. There we go. So, as you can see here, I've got a Coca-Cola logo and it's highlighted across the top there, edit bitmap or trace bitmap. That's because this particular object isn't a vector, it's actually a bitmap. So this particular one was a PNG file because it's got a transparent background, and as you can see, if I overlay it on something, you can see that half it disappears. Now, I've already got drawn up here at the moment a Coca-Cola logo, and I wanted to just show you, if I just double click on that, you can see where we talked about earlier. This is a continuous line. And the importance of having this is, one, it's scalable, so we could make this the size of anything you want. It could go on the size of a lorry, or it could go on the left-hand breast like 100 millimeters wide as a logo. It wouldn't matter, it would never lose any resolution. With this particular logo here, one, I couldn't cut it on a vinyl cutter because it is just to all intensive purposes, a piece of solid glass to the cutter. It's got no references or anything. However, it would be okay to print this particular logo on something like a transfer paper machine. Let me import you an image of a transfer machine. Let's go to import. Let's go to machinery. I'll tell you what. Let's bring them all in. So let's just show you. I've got a few images on here. There's a Mamaki. Let's import those, and I'll show you what we can and what we can't use. I'm just going to drop them in. I'm just showing you that this way, within this document and not a PowerPoint presentation, just to show you that you can use this for anything, this software. Look at that, there she's a thing of beauty. That's the Epson DTG machine. Lots and lots of different DTG machines out there on the market at the moment. This here is a Mamaki print cut system. This here is your transfer machine. And this here is your Roland cutter machine. So I'm going to zoom in and out using the roller wheel. Okay, so to use a machine like this, you have to be using vector-based artwork, which is this. So this machine, as you can see, if you're looking, it's basically got a carriage running backwards and forwards. There's a little video I've done, which is after this, which will just go into a little bit of detail about your cutter. And how it works. So basically what happens is this head traverses backwards and forwards. It's got a cutting blade in it. The media goes in and out of the machine via the means of a motor. And with the action of the left to right and backwards and forwards movement and the blade that spins around, it basically makes cut marks into your vinyl. You remove the components that you don't want, in this case the 2 and the 6, because the actual solid media colour is a sort of a purpley colour, and the word Johnson. So you weed that out, and then you would cut the media off and you would heat press it onto a t-shirt or whatever it is you're heat pressing. Now a DTG machine is a little bit different. It's basically like a big inkjet printer, which is similar to a Mamaki. Again, this is an inkjet printer. These use like a water-based ink solution in this. This is like an eco-solvent ink in this machine, and this here is like a standard laser toner machine, but this one is particularly different because it's modified with white ink, which gives you this opacity. Most of the Oki printers on the market do not have white toner, they're just CMYK, so that's cyan, magenta, yellow and black, KB and the black. This particular one here, I think it's a 711, we had one of these in stock in our workshop, sorry. This one here is got a modified white toner, so they've removed the black toner, the K, so this is a CMYW, okay, so it's a white toner machine. And what that does, it puts down straight off the colours and then the final colour it puts down is white, and that acts as a barrier between the garment, being the t-shirt, and the print, and that gives it some depth to colour. If you use this machine at the moment without a white toner, and you printed this red Coca-Cola logo onto a yellow t-shirt, you're going to have like a mucky greeny sort of colour, because you've got no barrier, you've got no base colour to retain the red richness. When you print like onto a piece of white paper, it's using the white paper to add that colour. Okay, so because all it's putting down is just like a red toner. So you could print this Coca-Cola logo as a PNG to the Oki machine, no problem at all. And you could use different types of media, different types of transfer paper, we call it media, and that will signify on what tops you can use. We'll go into that a little bit more detail later. This particular printer here, again, you could print this Coca-Cola logo directly to this printer if you wanted to print it as like a banner or a piece of sticky vinyl or a t-shirt. But the only problem it wouldn't do, it would not be able to cut it, because it's got no, again, mathematical line that it can actually follow. Because what you do if you do want to print this to a Mamaki, to make, like in this case here, you've got these different, that's very pixelated, you've got these different logos. This machine would probably be printing these and going off and cut them, and you can peel these out. With this logo, if you printed that directly to there without putting some sort of reference line to it, it will not be able to cut it. So it's just going to print it. You'll end up trying to cut it out with a pair of scissors. It's going to look awful. And again, the same as these other two machines here. If you printed a PNG to a DTG machine, no problem at all. The RIP software that you get with a DTG machine you'd say, oh, I'm going to print to a black t-shirt. It's going to know to put down white ink underneath first. So rather than on a toner-based machine, where it prints the colour first and then it prints the white barrier, the DTG machine works exactly the same, but it prints the white barrier first because it's printing to build up, and then it puts the colour on the top, and then you remove this and then you dry it either on a tunnel dryer or on a heat press. Okay, when you print on a transfer machine, the reason it puts the white transfer last is because the transfer machine prints onto a clear carrier, like a piece of transfer paper. You're going to flip that over and heat press it, so the white, which is the last component that's printed, the sheet gets flipped over, and that becomes the base layer between the garment and the printed area or printed logo. Okay, so let's just get rid of these bits of equipment. In the course documentation, there's a lot more information on these particular machines, and in the final stages of this practical course, we'll be actually going into my workshop and playing with all of these bits of kit. Okay, and I'll show you how to set them up and print. So I'm going to click on each one of these objects and let's get rid of it. So that is the difference between a bitmap type image and a vector-based image.